Hey, welcome in. Welcome. I'm very inspired feeling today in this video. And so I'm excited. It's another Mad About Mini Pad layout. And I know if you've seen any of my videos, usually I have paper and all this stuff. And y'all, this time, really what I have is a bunch of leftovers. And I don't know why I'm so inspired by them, but I am. So I used mini pad paper to cut out these little Mickey heads to go in another layout. And they were left. And I thought, I used the inside and I was like, oh yeah, that's so cool. But I was like, I don't want to get rid of them because when I cut these out of my mini pad, I cut them 4x4 and I thought, oh my goodness, this could be a whole background. Not a partial background, but a whole background. And yeah, so I grabbed them and then I grabbed some photos that I've been wanting to get on a page and I just wasn't 100% sure how to do it or where to do it. It just, it was one of those pages that I want to do, but I don't know how. And I don't want it to be 900 pages in a row. And that is trying to document the Polynesian resort. So I've got a couple of pictures of us from the inside. This was the Christmas tree that was there. This is actually us leaving. Very sad day. These decorations are always there. The Christmas ones are not. So I've got those big pictures. And then, you guys, I don't know about you, but I take lots and lots and lots of pictures. And so, there's driving in. There's the pool. If you've ever been to the Polynesian on the ground floor underneath this little overhang here, underneath here where the monorail goes through, you have this water feature. Really fun, very Polynesian. When you walk in the door, you have this guy meeting you. I need to learn more about him. I really don't know the history behind him or why he's there, but he's always there, and we've always loved him when we've been there. And then there are the great signs. So, we've got the sign out front as we drove in. We've got our truck as we're leaving. I took this and printed it out because one of the things that Disney does so well, that I think they do so well, is the theming. And it's the carrying of ideas throughout a space. So I showed you the little guy. Well, here's a smaller picture of him up front. Well, that's who this is. But he's here and he's on the house signs. And, I have some maps and I have lots of random pictures documenting the Poly, or Disney's Polynesian Resort, and I want to put them into one single layout. One thing we always do, and we've done it ever since the kids were little, and I don't know why I started, but I did. Every single place we have ever stayed, I take a picture of the room number. Now, at the other, not all of them, but at some of the Disney hotels, you have an outdoor entrance. So when we've stayed at like the All Stars, it's an outdoor entrance. And you've got more room to kind of back up and frame things up and get a better picture. This resort is inside. But what was cool was on the first floor. I don't know if this happens on the floors above. But at least on the first floor, on your patio, you have a room number as well. So I guess, although there was like a hedge of greenery right at the edge of the patio that kind of dissuaded you from using that as a door. But I guess if you walked off that kind of off onto the grassy area and were trying to come back to your room, you need the room number. So took the outdoor picture. Don't know if it's going to be used. This one may go into my traveler's notebook for this event. I am thinking that's maybe where this goes, but I loved this as an idea of the theming and the boldness of color. That was the other thing that struck me at the Polynesian was they used browns and oranges and yellows, and then this bright pop of turquoise. And so like here on this sign, which is the same look as all of the signs. So each of the houses, well, each of the hotel buildings, they call them houses, had a sign and a name. And, you know, of all of my picture taking, am I surprised that I do not have the name of the building we stayed in? A little. Or I've already scrapbooked it, because I have done one page about staying at the Polynesian. And so this one would probably be directly across from it. But my idea is to use some of these photos and put them behind some of the Mickey heads. Maybe not all of them, but just, you know, a few to kind of get some, I don't even know what the word is, gang. Just some interest, just to frame up a few of them. Like, I feel like that's so stinking cute that way. And it gives you the feel of it without all of the extra space. Or like this. Like I can almost hear the waterfall. So that's kind of my thought. I also thought that I would, I love the idea of stitched edges, but I don't know, because I need to do something to define each of these. Now, these are double-sided, so I've got to figure out which side I want to, like, you know, obviously these two are the same paper, so they wouldn't be both of them this way, I don't guess. And they aren't centered perfectly. I mean, there's a whole lot going on here, but I'm really, really excited to do this one. I think it's going to be so fun. And I like that I'm using something that was left over, something that I had not planned. You can tell they are not all centered. But they came from mini pads, and so that's what we're going to use. I am going to pull out a piece of white paper, big white paper, and we're going to need to get that chopped down. So we're going to be using, ooh, that's two. We're going to be using this. This is the Basil white, just, it's the regular white. It's got a little bit of texture to it, which I think we're going to cover most of that up, but if we end up leaving any of these little guys open, it'll have that texture showing through. So I think at this point, what I want to do is turn off the mic and make a layout. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to cut the mic off, and we're going to turn this into a layout. Be back in just a second. Done. Okay, so this, y'all, I'm so excited that this turned out the way it did. Literally, I was working on the other layout. It is the Stamp It Like It's Hot for February of 24. So I was working on that layout. I had cut out a pear tree cut file, and I had worked that over in my Silhouette software. I was trying to think of the name of it because it's not the Cameo software, it's Silhouette software, to where I cut out these little pieces that are the Mickeys, and you can see where I've inlaid the Mickey head. This is from the black that I used as the outline, and then you can see just that little bitty gap. Well, that was the difference so that I could back my other cut file. And when I was taking it off the mat, I was like, you know what? That would make the cutest layout ever, to take all of those little Mickey head windows. And I was like, I have the perfect pictures. I know, like, I knew, I saw it in my head, and that doesn't happen often, but here it is. I am super excited how this one turned out. Oh, y'all, so cute. I am so excited that not only am I using my mini paper pads because they have sat forever, but I'm getting double duty out of them. So not only do I have one layout with the super cute little Mickey heads, I have this second layout that has that really fun grid design to it, using up those pictures that we take to capture the ambiance of something. And here it is where I can enjoy it. So what else do I want to tell you? Oh, make sure that you check out the links down below. You'll see everybody else who's in Mad About Paper Pads Hop. This one is super fun. If you are interested in seeing past episodes of it, put that in the comment. I will figure out how to get you to them. I'm not 100% sure how to get there, but we will get you there. There also are some links to where I like to shop. My favorite places that I get my supplies, they're down below. I appreciate those of you who are using those links. They are affiliate links. No additional cost to you, but it definitely helps me out, and I really, really appreciate it. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, make sure you like and subscribe. Y'all, I have this huge, huge goal to hit 1,000 followers this year, 2024. It is my year. I am claiming it, 1,000 followers this year. But the only way that works is with your help. And I appreciate it so, so much. Like the video, share the video, comment if you have something to say. Maybe you've stayed at the Disney Polynesian Resort. Maybe you've wanted to stay there and you have questions about it. Y'all, there are so many things I love to talk about. Disney. I love to talk about scrapbooking. I love to talk about stamping projects. All of it. So if you have a question, drop it down below. I will do my very best to answer it. I really want this to be a little bit of a community. I realize that it's kind of information out, information in kind of community rather than real time. But y'all, we can build an amazing community together of Disney loving, travel loving, scrapbook loving folks. And I am glad that you are here with me. So until we're together again in the next video, go make some memories. Bye-bye.